This episode of the FREE99 podcast is brought to you by the Cheesesteak Shop Pacifica. Located at 745 Hickey Boulevard, Suite 11. Give them a call, 650-735-5577. Online, cheesesteakshop.com/Pacifica. And follow them on Instagram at Cheesesteak Shop Pacifica. Sound check, can we hear everyone?
Test 1 2 1 2.
Ooh, toast 1 2
Hello. 1 2 1 2.
Word.
This is good.
Jan Wayne Swayze presents the FREE99 podcast. Be sure to follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Twitch, Instagram. Search FREE99 podcast. Shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out to all the listeners. Jan in the building.
Hello.
Ooh. Rommel in the building.
Hey, yo, I break bread, ribs, $100 bills, peel on Ducatis and other four wheels, write a book full of medicine and generate meals, tour the album only for more sales.
I am the good homie Gus Customer Service. This is episode 186 on episode 186. Rommel, please introduce
Mr. Three-Peat himself.
Come on, man.
In 2003, this man shot his shot before shooting your shot was a thing. And he's been calling Jordan ever since. Yet, at the age of 32, he was faced with his toughest adversary. Only problem is that this man is a fighter and can adapt to any situation.
Yours you a dollar.
Reversing statistical outcomes today, in this Jordan year, he calls his biggest bucket with the release of Gold-Blooded, a story of design, gratitude, love, and the inexorable.
Close enough.
Inexorable imperative to adapt. I present to you,
Come on.
Mr. Three-Peat, Evan Lessler.
Evan
thank you
Lessler,
for having me.
What's up, baby?
There's your intro, sir.
Thank you.
It's great to be here again. Appreciate you having me back.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you.
And Rommel,
Likewise.
real quick, just as we dive into it.
Oh my God!
shout out-
How could we forget? I'm so sorry.
Shout out to the food sponsor, man.
Shout out to the food sponsor. This is the second time, by
Yes.
the way. Second time, not just because.
First in our heart, though.
Yes, but it's because they're fucking good.
Come on, man.
Look,
Maybe have it for me.
it's very habit forming. It is.
It's dangerous.
We got to get a spot. Yeah, it's very dangerous. And you know who it is? It's the Cheesesteak Shop.
Hey, shout out to Pacifica.
Cheesesteak Shop located at 745 Hickey Boulevard in the lovely Pacifica.
Lightweight Daily City.
Lightweight Daily City.
Lightweight Daily City.
Here's the thing about the cheesesteak shop.
Cheesesteak. Come on.
They not only provide the greatest cheesesteaks, but they also give you what you want, like maybe a cheesesteak with no steak. Shout out to Jan.
Cheesesteak with no cheese.
Cheesesteak with no cheese, my bad.
It's just a steak.
Jan is all about the meat, dog.
You know what I mean?
No pause. Keep
Protein
going.
mean. So
Yeah.
shout out to Fred. And what's the address one more time?
Oh, the address is 745 Hickey Boulevard, Suite 11,
Sweet.
Pacifica 94044. You can go to their website, order pickup, order online. Just get your ass out of that.
Just order.
Just order, dog.
Order. Shout out to Fred, man. Appreciate you.
Shout out to Fred.
So let's talk about this work of art that you presented all of us. I'm thankful to receive a copy. What we got going on, Rommel? This is
Gold-Blooded, a story of design, gratitude, love, inexorable imperative to adapt. I have to say, Evan, as a designer who is an author now, you paid very close detail or attention to detail on this book.
Thank you.
When I grabbed the book from you, what was the first thing I texted you?
Boy,
That's
I
okay.
do not,
Yeah, it's okay.
I do
Don't
not
worry.
remember that
Sorry.
It was like
specifically.
There was a lot of text.
It was a
Yours wasn't outlined, highlighted.
I just now I
in the
know now
thousands.
I know the level of friction.
The
No, but it's-
millions and millions.
It's the same as this though. I got the hardback, but if you feel the cover, it's soft touch.
Oh, right. The soft touch, yes.
soft touch.
And the soft cover also reflects the soft touch.
Yes, it does. And not only that, look at the side. The side, it basically chapters.
Yes, we try to break it up by color, which generally relates to the teams that we were kind of doing products for at that time.
It's amazing. the attention to detail, and you have never been one to lose attention to detail. So the fact that you were able to fit your story in this, and it truly represents you as a being. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think you kind of peaked at this the last two podcasts we had you on. This was like an ongoing project for you.
Okay. Yeah, I probably mentioned that it was.
I think on the
later
first
stages.
one, maybe an idea.
Oh wow! Well, this
think.
actually so from start to finish is actually 8 years, which is
8 years.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But there are many years in between where I wasn't writing at all. But I think the last one, because that was maybe what, like a year ago or something.
Yeah, it was 31 episodes ago.
I think I was thick into the sort of nearing the finish line, but then there's months and months of editing and all the design stuff. I was working with this other awesome designer that used to work for me, so she helped put the book together. So it was it was a really involved process, the whole production side of it.
Yeah, and I haven't completed the book, but I've read through, and just the references or the storytelling about your family, comparing like it to Festivus, like it's amazing. It's amazing. I didn't know you had. I mean, you wrote all of this.
The whole thing.
Do you have a ghostwriter?
So no ghostwriter. So my mom was the editor. So my mom doesn't really like the way that I write. She thinks that it's too flowery. The sentences are too long. But when it comes to actual grammar, like really long sentences, overly detailed things. And this is actually a more cut down version of my writing style because I didn't want it to be too much like that. But she definitely, went through it multiple times, picked out all the little grammar things, and really helped a lot with that. So she was super instrumental in getting it to its final kind of resting place.
That gave me chills. I just opened this up.
Yeah.
Sorry, shout out to moms, but I opened this up and then I seen this page right here. It just gave me chills because, like, you did it.
It's that full 360, man. Yeah.
You went through like everything here, and I'm glancing over this, but we talked about some of this, but then just to see where, like you said, full circle, it's amazing, dude.
Thank you, man. And that's a big part of wanting to put pictures in there because. There's reading things and kind of like absorbing it that way, but then it's just like sometimes you just want to get hit with that visual, So I wanted to kind of combine both, and we couldn't really do a book without having the visuals because we're obviously like a visual based company, so
right? Exactly.
You got to have that in there.
Yeah, that's like a food company, not releasing stuff that tastes like food.
Yeah.
That was a dumbass thing.
Same thing, exactly.
Yeah, basically. So. I remember when I got my book, you gave a timeline.
Yes.
Is that in the book?
No, that was actually exclusively for
me. Thank you.
For you?
Yeah.
For you and the others that pre-ordered.
Curated.
However, I was going to actually bring some more, but I didn't have them at my house, so
it's amazing. It spans like, what, 6-7 pages?
Yeah, so it's 2003, which was when we started, to the end of 2021.
Yeah.
Because actually beyond that, it couldn't fit in the format that I was able to get from a printer. That was the widest format that I could get. So it goes to 2021, and it's chronologically by...
Is this 10? Is this 10? The sizing, is that 10?
Oh, the sizing? We may have gone to like 9.5 or 9 just to fit it in.
Everything I turned in was a 14, like for school. Sorry, go ahead.
Double space.
It was the smallest, like, comfortably legible font size that we could figure out. So.
And it's it doesn't hurt the eyes to look at because you got nice white pages. You know what I mean? For the words.
So the way that these work is you pay based on every 32 page segment. So we're trying to keep it in that 32 pages because you go 30. The next one you go one more page, then you're paying for 32. So try to get it right on the edge there.
Yowza.
I did want to ask you something about the book, and if you could talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was the dedication. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you speak about that?
Yes. Let me check it out real quick.
So
I know.
Is
I
there
know
a cliff note? Is there a cliff note to this book?
Yeah. So the main person in the dedication was Marcel Merriweather, who is he goes by Space. Do you guys know Space?
I don't think I do.
Okay, so Space was this dude that I met when we were in Oakland. This is probably 2008, 2009.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, he had worked with other clothing companies. He ended up modeling for us and like Breezy, Booger Kids, Fully Laced, all these Karmaloop brands.
Yeah.
And he was just a good dude who I ended up getting, forming a good friendship with. He would always come over to the spot to like model and just hang out and kick it. And
Yeah.
he was, I felt like he was one of the first people to really kind of, I think, understand what I was trying to do with the brand and really get me and get like my whole design ethos and everything, even more so than people who knew I'd been doing the brand since the beginning. So
would you say that you could tell like very early on in the friendship that he understood, or was this something that was kind of built up?
He was just kind of like a very talkative dude. He was always like trying to push me to do different things. He's a very out there, super extroverted guy, like always trying to work deals. Like he's the guy that hooked us up with Hyro to do 93 Till and all the other collabs that we did.
But you did that. You released that first before the collab, though, right?
We released so 93 Till was our first collab with Hyro.
Yeah. Oh, so okay.
Yeah, but that was kind of brokered by Space. So
Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, but he was always like trying to push me to do new things, but he really just kind of understood what I was kind of just like the whole ethos that I was trying to build with the brand. So it was nice being able to kind of just shoot the shit with him and talk about everything that I was doing.
And did he pass or?
Yeah, he did. I think a few years ago now.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Unfortunately, but he was a good dude. So I definitely wanted him to be a part of the dedication there.
Yeah, I think that dedication was very heartfelt, and just to kind of start it off, it sets the tone, along with the intro. So, yeah, man, I didn't know you were a fucking writer. It was crazy.
I didn't know either. I've always loved to write, and I didn't always, but I felt like at a certain point I wanted to get this story out in some form or another. I have a really bad memory, so I knew that, this is something that I wanted to look back on and actually, it almost serves as like an extended diary, right? Like these are the things that actually happened at this time.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool time, and I just, we move on and we forget things, and so I really wanted to make a concerted effort, and I, going through like thousands of emails and like files and just trying to piece together like everything that happened over this 20-year period, right? Like, and there were years when there was just so much going on. So as I tried to pull out the most interesting or kind of important components of pretty much each year, and as it pertains to my kind of creative journey and adapt and all that. So,
and you stay humble. Right, like
we have multiple shirts that evoke that message. I think it's important.
And people have those shirts, right? There's a lot of shirts like that, and then the message, and there's sometimes for a lot of people the message and the energy is not consistent, right? And it's for you to still be at it after everything you went through and like I said, like it was like a phoenix straight up, and it's sick because we seen you can't be from the Bay Area and not know what Adapt clothing is. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
It's true.
It's.
I'm sorry, Evan.
You're so homegrown. You know what I mean? You're so homegrown because it's like you don't forget the flats. You don't forget Fairfield. You know what I mean? And then
707.
Can we say it backwards, motherfuckers? And then you moved to San Francisco, went to school. Everything that you did, is just I think a book was so necessary. And then I'm sorry, I'm just getting it now. I'm really excited to read it. But just and how your brand adapted to Adapt Plus. That was something ill because I seen you represent kids fighting cancer, and then you know what I mean, just seeing that, it opened your eyes. A lot of people after what you went through would have been like, all right, I'm done, I'm chilling now, I'm gonna go get me a corporate job, I'm gonna clock in when you want me to clock in. You kept fighting, it wasn't in your spirit. It was literally your aunt, right, that told you, hey, you look sick, dude.
Yeah,
because you needed help unloading boxes.
She literally probably saved my life,
Yeah,
because I would have gone multiple more days. And it just accumulates.
We just work, right? Because it's when you love what you do, you know what I mean? It's different, right? And then this is all a labor of love. You definitely left a stamp that will forever be recognized when it comes to the Bay Area, especially sports. You know what I mean? It's for what you do with the Warriors, dog. For someone that we knew to do that twice. Come on, man, that's nuts. You got merch all over the place now, like you did already at one point. That's why they kind of fuck with you, right? It's very politics of who they work with, but then, like for them to choose you and like to see that happen, I was like, dog, this is dope. Like, I'm not going to Fanatics though. I'm gonna
exactly.
I'm gonna go to here.
Even if you do shoot me a 65% discount, Fanatics, get out of here.
Get the second item free. I don't care.
Stop trying to sell me those wall, the true size wall of like Donovan McNabb. Okay, God. I don't want that, Fanatics.
But thank you for letting us be a part of that.
No, and I super appreciate that. I mean, I as it pertains to like sticking through it over all these years, it's all about.
I want to cry, dog.
It's all about like enjoying it, right? Like it's kind of like my baby. This is something that I've seen literally grow and become a teenager and get through the teenage years now. So it's like, but if I didn't feel like it was fulfilling, if I didn't feel like it was kind of like what I was meant to do or whatever, I would just stop doing it. Like you say, right? Just live a more simpler life. there's a lot of stresses in doing your own business. You're constantly worrying about what's going on. And it's just kind of like, so it's very much a part of who I am. And so until that fire kind of dies out or whatever, or I just decide that I want to do something else,
let's talk about
keep it moving.
He gave this a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like for real, like this has a heartbeat. Like I see it everywhere, right? Like you're not, you have two monikers. You have Adapt and you have Gold Blooded, and then on top of you, who you are, right? So it's you raise two babies. If you really, really digest Twins. That, dog, like come on, man, and it's just awesomely executed every time.
Yeah, it's interesting, the Gold Blooded brand, because it's definitely become kind of its own entity. Yeah. There are definitely people who don't even really know what Adapt is, but they know Gold Blooded.
Definitely.
And then there's the Adapt people, so it's kind of like these two things have split off, but then they're also tied together. So it's nice being able to like...
It's like Raekwon.
Kind of work with both of those.
Exactly. It's Raekwon. Yeah, because he's always wanted to do his own thing,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's not meth.
No,
meth is part of the Woo, which is Adapt, but it's Raekwon.
It's not ODB either.
Yeah, it's definitely not... what's that other dude nobody likes?
You God?
No, I like You God.
Okay.
What's the other guy? The guy who's a narc. Anywho, right. Those Wu-Tang fans will reach out. So let's talk about that, though. I'm very interested with what you said. If you weren't doing this, you'd be living a simpler life. What would that simpler life look like?
Yeah.
Like, would you own a pizza shop? Would you perhaps be working at the cheesesteak shop? What would it be?
So...
you thought about a hot pot.
I feel like you thought about this
extensively. I mean, I used to, I used to work in tech, so like I remember, the days at Apple.
Yeah, but I don't think tech would be your thing. Do you think it would be your thing?
So I'm not in any way trying to say that doing a 9 to 5 is a simple life, quote unquote. Yeah. But there are just certain specific stressors to having your own business. But
absolutely,
I gave this talk recently at a tech company, and so like I got to hang out with them after at happy hour and stuff like that. So
what was your entrance music?
There was a song. It was we found it on Instagram. It was like
Carry On My Wayward Son.
No, it was under like 21 Savage type beat or something like that.
Oh, so it was
just some instrumental.
They're like, we're gonna play something.
Yeah,
we gotta avoid licensing.
Yeah, exactly. So but anyway, so I was hanging out with them at Spark Social after, and just chopping it up with the hearing their feedback of the talk and just kind of talking about their jobs and everything. So, and it really just kind of like made me very nostalgic for
tech,
that being world, right? And just having like not employees, but having coworkers, right? So it's a very different dynamic.
That is a different dynamic,
and it's just like, wow, this is you're really having a lot of fun here. Like you're not worrying about like kind of like running the brand. You're just doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so that's very appealing. But then of course the other part of me is like, yeah, but I don't really want to go in every day and be forced to do this stuff. So
you don't work every day? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Well, no, but it's like, it's just a very different life, right? And so there's always that part of me that's like, wants to see what that's like again, but I probably never will, simply because of the structure. Like I like to be a little bit unstructured.
It's been at least like 10 to 15 years since you have like a...
It's So I think I left Apple in the beginning of 2013, so maybe about 10 years, yeah.
So you were doing both for the first 10 years.
Yep. But so in the beginning it was school, and then I worked for CNET, and then I worked for Apple, and then
CNET was cool at that time.
Yeah.
CNET was very cool.
Damn, dude. So you have a cool brand, and you worked for cool companies.
So CNET had GameSpot and it had MP3.com. So I got to do.
That's when it was downtown, like by the 24, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Second and Howard. I think they're still there.
That was one of the first spots you seen the arcade from the outside. Like, oh, they got an arcade outside.
Yep.
I respect any company that has an arcade.
I'm gonna get a sandwich from Toasters.
Yeah, it was a really. I still miss my coworkers there and stuff. So it's the corporate world definitely has its advantages. Like it's mostly the social component I think of it that I like.
Yeah.
But so not that I would go back to that, but certainly writing I enjoy. So that's always a potential option. And I don't know, just other creative endeavors. I've always loved music too. So
so when you drop in the mix,
production. So like production's always been very interesting to me, and I used to do some of it when I was in college, but I just haven't. The programs have all changed and everything's different now. So I don't really know. Like,
I feel that I used to make beats back in the days, and I don't know if you know this, but I rap. So I used to make beats back in the days on an old program.
What was the program?
It was like Fruity Loops.
Oh, okay, Fruity Loops.
Yeah, but
people still use that though.
They
right?
do, but like I see all the new stuff, and I'm just like, I don't like this. Like I'll play stuff out, and they're like, let's quantize it, and I'm like, fuck you. I got great rhythm.
Quantize.
Yeah, it's just you have to adapt. Yeah,
That's another dollar.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've thought about this as a creative, right? People want to be entrepreneurs and be their own boss, right? The trade-off, though, is huge.
Huge.
Like
You're married to your job.
Yeah.
You're married to your business. You're married to it, right? Yeah. People whoever has to understand that this is what's been tried and true to you in the last 20 years. This is what kept you. This is what got you to where you are, right? So it's a big piece of you, and they got to understand that.
But is it like, it's not, because if you think about it, is it kind of like having a pimp as like a, versus like just, carrying on yourself, right? With a pimp, you get security, right? If you work for a company, you got insurance and you got retirement. You have to worry about that stuff yourself.
Right.
The streets are cold.
They
Cobra?
are.
Do you have Cobra?
I did when I transitioned away from Apple. I had to be on Cobra for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you pay for your own insurance, you pay for everything,
Yeah.
So like I just pay my dentist in cash. Like I don't have, a copay or whatever. So
You're like the mafia, dude.
Cash me out.
No, it's not a good thing, but
Small
it's just the way it is. But
I'm just curious now, what else do you pay for in cash? Like, do you carry your briefcase to your physical?
okay, so by cash, I know physical
it's
bills.
Not physical cash.
I mean, sometimes
Let me live in my imagination, man. Come on.
Oh man.
Yeah, that'd be cool though. If you're just like, Evan Lesson's here, I'm here to pay my copay, and you're like, good job, and it's just like a glowing.
Yeah, I mean, I should do that. I think that'd be fun.
Go ahead.
So, Evan, as you know, every time we have a guest here,
As of recently. Every time
I think it actually
recently.
started with you. It might have started with you.
Oh wait, doing a game started with me?
Doing a game started with you.
Wow.
Actually, Lex.
Oh, Lex.
Yeah, shout
That's
out to
right.
Lex.
That's right. Shout out
Gotta
to
get
Lex.
that.
Oh,
Clear
yeah.
that up.
Yo, that was a
Lex.
fucking dope game. It was
Yeah,
Porn
sorry.
Star or Wrestler. Sorry. Damn, that's
Porn
good.
star or like it was a name?
Yeah,
you'd
like
give?
I was like,
Oh.
yeah. I was like,
That's a
Val
good one.
Venus, is that a porn star or wrestler? She's like, porn star. I was like, oh, that's a wrestler. Anyways,
She knew the OG ones though.
she did know that she was. Okay, so we like to play a little game, and today's game is a little different.
This is all Ramel's idea. Everyone.
This is all my idea. I'm
From the genius mind of
from the
Rommel.
genius mind of Rommel. See, here's the thing, Evan.
Hot
You've
guys.
worked on this brand since 2003 through school, through work, and I asked myself, when at any point can this man find love? And you have to confirm, sir, you are an eligible bachelor, correct?
I am.
Give me a little ding on that one. No, okay.
Absolutely, gentlemen.
Well, Evan.
Ding.
There you go, ding. Well, Evan, here at the FREE99 podcast, we care about you.
You do.
And
I appreciate that.
today's
Mental
game,
health.
Mental health as well.
Yeah,
Health
you
as
know what I mean?
well.
But
Always.
also
Keep them light, all right?
pelvis wealth is health. Whatever.
They don't
Pelvis health is wealth.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Don't hold them down.
New tea right there. Let's go.
Put that on a shirt. So today's game is called Drawn to You.
Love this is amazing right now.
Yeah.
So what we have done is we have found some of the most eligible bachelorettes.
Wow.
And what we have asked them to do, and they don't have any idea of who this is, so it's a blind date.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
The plot thickens.
we've asked
We like some dick around here.
we actually do like some thick. Shout out to Therese. So what we have done is that we have asked them to draw a certain subject matter that you had came up with, which is actually through text that I had came up with. And
So shout out to Rommel for his game.
Yes. Thank
That
you.
you are
for
the
letting me
guinea
confirm
pig.
it.
and we had asked them to draw it.
What's the name of the game?
The name of the game is Drawn to You.
Oh.
I like the double entendre there.
And as a man who pays
Pause.
close attention to detail, I'm sure by looking at these drawings, you can see somebody who you may be romantically linked to. So
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I to my knowledge, I don't think I've dated anyone. Definitely not on the grounds
yeah,
of their artistic abilities.
yes.
Nor like in the artistic world.
Well, this may be
this is a first.
Yeah, they definitely are not professional artists.
Maybe a lot.
Yeah, but I can tell you.
Shout out to y'all, though, ladies.
Yeah,
Appreciate
shout
y'all.
out
Appreciate
to all
y'all,
of you,
man.
ladies.
All of y'all.
And we will
All of
reveal
y'all.
them all later. But after you pick this,
Yeah.
you will be going on a blind date with them.
Oh.
Sponsored by you because you own Adapt, and we just run a podcast.
Maybe the cheesesteak shop.
Yeah, maybe the cheesesteak shop,
let's go.
We'll figure,
I think
we'll
they can
figure
do
something
it.
out.
I think they can do a
Something
cheesesteak.
nice and neutral.
Yeah, a cheesesteak shaped in a heart. Which would be great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hope she can eat cheese. I'm what I'm saying. All right.
Yeah, hopefully she's not lactose.
Yeah.
So there are two parts of the game. First part is that you will choose your drawing, right? Review your drawings and choose them. Second part is that we will show you the pictures.
That part's my idea.
That's Gus's idea.
Because I still do shit.
Yes, you do. Gus came up with the idea of
Matching the girl to the drawing.
Oh wow. Wow.
yeah. So again,
That is interesting.
The plot got thick as
welcome to Drawn to You.
is down there thick.
All right. So contestant
But-
number one. Oh, go
Okay.
ahead.
No, sorry. Just to clarify, am I picking a
Drawing blindly.
Yeah.
No, I mean you have to open your eyes. But
Okay, so the first component is me picking my favorite drawing,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
then I'm matching it to
Yes.
the person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him a
okay.
ding. Give him
so
a ding.
there's two.
Two dings.
Got it.
got
Got
one.
it. Okay.
Are you nervous?
I'm ready. Slightly nervous.
Touch my
but I'm
hands.
ready.
Are your hands clammy?
Oh
No, they're
Are
okay.
they?
No, they're okay. Actually, I'm sorry.
His are though.
Yeah, mine are. Sorry. And I've been wiping my nose, so I'm so sorry. So,
Hold on,
was-
Jen.
Was this explained to Evan at all?
It was explained to me in the sense that I knew that there was going to be a drawing game.
yes. Wait, you knew this was a dating game?
You said there was a dating component.
Yes.
but I don't know to what extent
so-
until now.
Yeah.
We'll you know, if
Yeah.
things are things, so we'll see
things
what
are
happens.
things.
Yeah.
This,
Let's go.
It might be at
I'm
a
ready.
steak shop.
I'm ready.
It may be at a steak shop, or it might be at the
You guys have
library.
a deep and extensive food network, so I'm sure that I could tap that.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Okay.
Maybe there's a. Hey, I see what
Teapot.
you got.
Teapot.
Maybe there might be other
Walkable.
things tapped on that
Walkable.
same night.
A whole lot of hot pot going on. That's always fun on the first date.
All right. So contestant number one.
All right. And here you go. And I think this was colored.
This was colored.
This was, and
sorry.
because everything's black and white because the printer shit's expensive. So can we just show it to the camera? Really
Show it to
quick?
the
Can we see that?
Show it to the camera.
So the subject matter was a cow riding a whale. What do you think?
Well, I like it. It's
Well,
very.
It was colored.
It was colored. I will show you the colored version afterwards. It's pretty cute.
It's very cute and sort of playful. It's interesting because one of the types of writing that I wanted to do is maybe children's books later. And so I'm
Wow.
always interested to see different drawing styles that could be used in a children's context. So this kind of reminds me of something like that. But I like it. I'd be curious to see it in the color too. But
We can show you afterwards,
you know,
for sure.
you guys,
living color.
Or maybe
you guys could have gone the extra mile.
Or
got
maybe-
got the color printout.
We're living in 1970, y'all.
Or maybe
Relax.
Evan, she can show you.
Oh, okay.
In color.
All right, contestant.
I literally have to rip the holes off the side of this paper.
Contestant number 2.
So show that right there. All right, go to the YouTube, y'all. Go to the
Oh
YouTube.
man,
to the
the
YouTube.
napkin's a nice touch.
All right, so my first
It is
thoughts
on a napkin.
First thoughts here are it's more realistically drawn,
Yeah, because she keeps it real.
but in addition to that, it's more actually true to size, to the actual proportions of the animals.
Looks like that cow is mounting that whale.
Or sort of riding the whale.
Yeah.
It's
More
That's mounted.
accurately.
That one was standing on it.
Needs to
That's
move up a little bit
mounted.
because the blowhole's a little forward.
That's
yeah.
like Big Spoon, right? But it's literally not. Because
That's because you spoon in a ladle.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think you're right that anatomically the blowhole would be further back.
anatomically.
But
Socrates philosophy.
but that being said, it's a very particularly the whale is very realistically drawn.
It is realistically
and definitely
drawn.
better than I would draw a whale. So
Yes.
I'm yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig
That's
it. I
actually
dig it.
a gray whale, right? Or is it a great
Sperm whale? No.
Could, yeah, gray sperm,
gray sperm?
blue, perhaps.
Oh, maybe sperm whale for a dating show.
Oh,
okay,
boy.
now a contestant number 3.
Number three.
Oh,
This is straight out of a children's book. Like I can see that being a coloring book.
so I like that they're all like somewhat different. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
so this one, yeah, it's kind of traditional. Childlike, but not so much as the first one.
Yeah.
Very playful.
I appreciate the cow riding on the
there's-
blowhole.
You know
Yeah,
what I
there's-
appreciate? You know what I appreciate about this is the attention to detail on the teats. As you can see, the teats are shown because it's being blown from the blowhole.
Right.
So
right.
two are flapping the other direction.
Yep.
I like, yeah, and I do appreciate the sort of comical, playful nature of
Yes,
the blowhole
a wet teat.
projecting the cow into the air.
And then it's saying wheat.
The cow is having fun.
So it's a French cow.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Different spelling, but yes.
All right, this is the last one. I think like two of these were colored. We
Yeah,
gotta
two
figure
of
out
them
which
were
one. This is the last
No,
one.
there's one more after that.
Is there? Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is number
3.
3.
All right, so the first thing I get from this is the whale is rocking the mohawk. That's the vibe that I get, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Punk. She
like
keeps
that.
it punk.
The cow is looking a little demonic, I would say, with those horns.
Sheesh.
Do
but
cows
I-
have
but I
horns,
like
by
it.
the way?
Did that have horns?
Yeah.
I think.
Because
I
that's
think
a bull,
some type. Of, yeah, maybe it's just the bull.
That's what I thought.
They got little nubs.
Yeah,
yeah, it's just the
nub.
small.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
All these girls' cows are horny. Go ahead.
also playful. You know, I dig it. It's fun.
I appreciate the eye on the whale because I hate drawing eyes.
Really? I hate drawing hands.
Eyes and noses suck.
Hands are hard.
Yeah. And the last one.
Last one. I think this one was colored.
This one was very colored.
This one has the most.
It has a setting.
Yeah, it's setting the expectation of what.
Setting the mood.
Almost paradise.
Yeah. So this one is great. It has, as you've said, it has a full scene behind not just the two subject.
This person owns colored pencils.
Yeah, this is someone who clearly does some amount of drawing in their free time, perhaps. Look at this. There's a pig that's snorkeling on the side too, and then there's a crab. It's a very tropical scene. I like that a lot.
It is a very tropical
And I
scene.
think is it signed on the bottom?
This was a popular tattoo in the 90s, like that sun.
Kind of looks like a cinnamon roll.
That's right. Delicious.
Cinnabon, if you want to
Delicious.
sponsor us.
I like it. Okay, so this is great. They're all very different.
Yes.
And they all have their own merits.
They do have their own merits. So, for the next part, I will ask you, sir, to dwindle it down to the top 2.
Ooh, top 2. Okay, boy. Trying to think like what metrics I should be using. Is it
Appealing to your eyes.
appealing to my
your eyes.
Yeah,
but then
that's-
also
okay.
you have to listen to your soul.
Oh, so first off, they're all amazing. It's particularly given that the prompt is unusual.
Oh, there's
There-
5.
There's
of them.
five. 5 submissions.
5 submissions.
So I'm going to say. So you said top 2.
Top 2.
Okay.
Oh, you go 3. You want to do 3?
We can do 3 and then 1?
Yeah.
3 and 1.
3 and 1? Okay. Let's do... So I'm going to pick the first one, which is the playful children's book version.
Just
is like
dingly.
real Tokidoki-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to pick the last one because I really like the scene. I like the use of what I'm assuming are colored pencils. It's
They
just
are.
a whole, like,
This
there's
is-
a lot of effort was put into that. You can tell.
That's displaying a vibe.
That is a
Yes,
vibe.
it's a whole setting.
Yeah, you know what I
And
mean?
now, Evan, for your last one in the top.
And the last, I love them all, but I'm going to go with this one because I really like the realisticness of this whale. I'm a fan of that. So that's
Probably
gonna be my top
Andre
3.
Nicotina fan.
Yeah.
Rather be a killer whale.
Exactly,
right.
exactly.
All right,
now-
but shout out.
Shout out to you two.
Shout out.
Thank you
will
very
be
much for
Who
that.
will be revealed shortly.
Honorable mentions, right?
So, Evan, top 3.
Top 3.
I'm sorry to put you in this spot, but we need the winner.
Here, Mel, hold that one.
Boy, that is a stressful one.
Turn that one side. Turn that one other way.
Oh, hello.
So, boy. So I've been looking at the so like I get fed these IG things of all these like AI animals that are like super like chubby and like these little penguins and they're super cute and stuff like that. And given that aesthetic, I like this one because it's just these sort of rounded, cute kind of animals, which is, man, but oh boy. But then there's like the realistic component there, and then there's like I like the scene that's happening here.
I'm sorry, Evan, but we're gonna need
How
an
can
answer.
I pick one? I mean, how can you
Top
expect
two,
me
top
to do
two,
something
top
like
two.
this?
Don't talk to him.
No.
That's
I have to pick. I am going to.
You got to follow your heart at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go with this one right here.
Wow,
That's the one.
Wow.
But these two, shout out to these
Shout out to
artists as
these
well.
two.
They're great.
Shout out to these.
So, Evan, thank you for choosing and playing our game. We will
That was stressful.
We will FaceTime with her after the show.
Jeez, just
that
ratcheting
wasn't
it up
in the
every-
text.
Yeah, that was not in the text.
Are you also joining for the meal? Is that
I will be cooking the meal. So now, let's go to the second parts of the game.
okay?
And here,
Oh right, this is where we have to. Okay,
we
gotta
will show a
match.
picture of each of the artists.
I don't know how I could possibly. Is there a skill to this? I don't.
Possibly. So which one are we starting off with? Are we starting off with a special guest?
I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Here, Jan. Show the first one.
There you go. So this is Miss Alex Higa. She works for Tempo, which is she's a trainer, a personal trainer for Tempo, and she.
Okay. What is? I don't know what tempo,
Tempo is one of those things that you can buy to, like, it's like an exercise thing
right,
at home.
the thing that goes on the wall.
Yes,
like the
with
mirror.
the screen. Yes,
Got it.
that is Alex. Alex, thank you so much.
Alex
For your
let's
drawing.
see. And then can I see the? Because I need to match it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh wait, or should we see all the people first?
Yeah,
and
we
then
show all the people.
Got
bring
it.
back.
Got it.
Go ahead, you do this one.
shout out to Venus. Love you, Ursula. She is one of the owners of Mokuku Hot Pot.
Oh, Mo Cuckoo Hot Pot. I don't know if I know that one.
Clement, I think.
There's so many hot pot spots. I guess I'm out of the loop.
And this one is our special guest, Abby Persona.
I know her quite well.
You do know her quite well, and she was lovely enough to participate. Abby, you are an angel.
The question is, can I figure
At
out
the
which
same
one hers
time.
is? I don't
Yes.
think I've ever seen her draw before.
This here is Fawn. She works in San Francisco, and I met her at the driving range because she's a fan of golf.
And everyone here consented to this, right, Ramel?
They did.
All right. Let's just.
This was
make
all done
sure.
under the guise.
Yeah.
of it's all,
Yeah. We just
it's
went
all
to
above
IG
board.
and just put out a bunch of shit. Not at all. I'm just kidding.
This is a dear friend of mine, Carlene Regis, owner of 1111 Salon in San Bruno.
Wow, all these business owners.
You got to match them up with with a person. I think there's one more, right?
Oh, that's it. Was that 5?
Was that 5?
Was that 5?
Big Doss.
Yeah.
I'm having too much fun.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, my bad.
And then there's the photo. So let's pass it to Evan.
So this is the winner.
Yeah. This is the winner of the drawer. So just rough out of the 5, which one do you think?
But shouldn't I match each one to each? Because
he can do that.
You can do that.
I feel like that will help me because, or actually, I don't know. Maybe that'll overcomplicate
that'll do.
it.
No. Whatever will fuck up his mind, bro.
Yeah, I think just figure out the one should be.
I mean,
okay.
Okay, you can try. Yeah, let's try it.
Okay, let's go to the other ones, and we'll pick that one last.
Yeah.
All right, so this one right here. Who drew this? This is not a visual show, everyone.
Yeah.
So the only reference I have is
YouTube.
Abby, who I would actually know anything about. So let me based on what I think Abby would have drawn. Let's see.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to. Let me see. 1, 2.
All right, let's see.
2, 3. Where's the other 2 go? Right here. 4, 5.
For some reason. Oh wait, move bitch, get out the whale. I didn't even see that text there. That's a potentially an Abby thing.
Yeah.
Evan, we're in our podcast. We're gonna need an
I'm
answer.
sorry. I'm gonna say.
Just
When you do
hanging
something
out.
art related, you know I'm gonna go into it.
That's why I said, wow.
I'm gonna guess that this is Abby right here.
This one right here? Okay.
Yeah.
So where's Abby's picture? You have it over here. So you think Abby is right here. This one.
Oh, hold that.
All right.
Okay, she's smiling big. She looks like a silly person. I think she did the move bitch.
There we go.
That's gonna be that one. I'm speeding it up.
and
Speeding it up.
this.
Wait, I thought I did. Oh no, I see. Let's. Oh boy.
I love the mind
So
working
she's
here.
Yeah,
she's
the
on
mind
a
is at
boat.
work right now.
So
She's what?
She's on a boat.
Yeah.
So she has a good relationship with the water, and this is very accurate. So I'm gonna go with that.
Shout out to Billy Ocean.
Okay.
Shout out to Billy Ocean.
So I'm not calling
Get
you
out of
by
my
name
drinks,
because I don't
get into
remember
my
them.
car.
But and then it's a 50-50. So I'm gonna go.
Always looking
They're
at
both
their
happy
gear.
and smiling, and these are both cute. I'm gonna go. Close my eyes. Boom.
There. So this right here. What's her name, Remo?
Alex.
Shout out to Alex. Thank you, Alex. And this right
And you're
here.
saying that this is the woman that you'll be going on your potential date with.
Okay.
Not potential. You are going on your date with.
He matched it up with who he thought drew the photo.
You did.
Yeah. Yes, but then yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at the other ones.
Let's look at the other ones, yeah.
So with Ursula, he's right. Shout out to
Ursula,
Venus.
this is correct.
Yeah. Shout out
And
to
the
Venus.
way-
Wow.
And the way that
Yeah.
you broke it
The
down.
logic actually.
The logic fucking
paid
made-
off.
yeah, dude,
Okay.
that's-
But is that the only one I got right?
Maybe. Alex actually did not draw this one.
Okay.
Alex.
Who drew that?
Who drew this?
Yeah, who drew that?
This was drawn by the lovely Abby Borsana.
Hey.
See, but I guessed hers was a little of more of the simplified one, so I feel like that's I get some
I think the
credit for
giveaway
that.
is the attention to the detail of the teeth. If you have read her book,
That's a very Abby thing to
yeah,
do.
that's a very Abby thing to do. She is
Shout out to Abby, shout out to
Bastos, yeah.
Shout out to Abby.
And so it leaves us with these two: Carlene, that, and this one, and Alex. And you actually got it in reverse. Alex drew this. Funny thing is, she actually bought colored pencils for this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's a whole scene.
I
If
do.
you-
I
if you
do
look
like
at-
that one a lot.
Yeah.
If you look at the photo and you look at what she drew, it's a whole scene. She's creating a vibe for everyone.
Oh, with the
shout-
photo.
and
Yeah,
this was
that's a good
drawn-
point. I should have thought of that.
Get it? The Mohawk. This was drawn by the beautiful Carlene Regis, who is the owner of the 1111 Salon.
Shout out to
Okay.
Lemon Salon.
Shout out.
So, that obviously means that
What?
you, sir, are correct.
Oh, I was correct.
You are correct.
Wow.
This is Fawn. I don't know her last name, but I met her at a driving range. And she did draw this.
Yeah, it's like
That's
got a
a dope
big
photo.
smile.
This is really- yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
think-
that's the vibe.
I'll be honest with you. I said I need a photo, and I think she had just got out of a meeting and took this photo. So this was after being in a stressful meeting. Fawn, whatever you're doing, your skincare routine, all of that. Your eyebrows are amazing.
I can kind of see because like she's wearing a graphic shirt. She got a tattoo, and this is very much like
Yeah.
like with the art. Like, you know what I mean? Like, enjoys art. So, yeah. And these were all hand drawn.
Hand drawn.
No AI.
Thank you to all the ladies that drew for this. I mean, this is great stuff.
Yeah. So
that one's for you. So.
Evan,
hold on to this.
Thank you. Thank you for playing the game.
Thank you for having me play it.
Yeah, man. I can't believe you agreed to it.
It's funny how much of this podcast has been spent on this portion of this.
This is
literally like a dating show at this point.
I hope Gus has more questions because I don't know how to come back from this. Go ahead, Gus.
All right. So, there's not too many, but what non-Bay Area sports team have you done a shirt for? Not like what it was inspired by team though.
What team outside of the Bay have we done designs for?
No, that you had an inspired, like one of your designs was inspired by them. So it was like a.
Well, we've done like multiple Jordan inspired tees. So,
but
would the Bulls count?
Yeah, but that's only like okay, but that's individual. Is there any other teams?
Oh, that's just a general team graphic. Well, we did do a gold-blooded when Kobe passed. We did an Adopt Plus for that went to his organizations, and that was in the Lakers colorway.
Oh, and so that was actually arguably just for Kobe.
That was just for Kobe,
okay.
and we never released that separate of that. Other than that, I don't think so because we got to keep it Bay, you know.
Keep it Bay, man.
Yeah, I don't think we ever did, even if it was like a special.
Did you know about
request.
that? That's a good question. That's a dope ass question.
Yeah,
that's a good question. I clearly have never thought about that. So
it was individuals because I seen the Jordan one. And I was like, that's just individual, and then I seen the Kobe one. I was like, maybe, but I feel like I seen a purple and gold one without the halo.
Super early on, we did stuff that was based on other cities. But it wasn't the team affiliation, like the colorways and stuff. It was just kind of like, we did one that was purple that said City of Angels.
Yeah.
But it was, I don't think the purple was because of the Lakers. I think it was just...
You don't think of purple, think of anything else when you think of like, Prince. That's a Lakers.
But I wasn't even, that wasn't even on my radar of doing like sports stuff at that time. Because we just weren't even, the very first, strictly sports thing might have been State of Mind, I think. Like,
was the
to affiliate with the team.
It was a pigeon one on SF.
Oh, the eye pigeon SF. Yeah, but even that. Yeah, I guess because the orange for giant. Yeah, I guess so. But
well,
it was.
I don't know. This is my thoughts on your business.
Tell me more about what I did. No,
Why are you right?
You're probably right.
I'm talking
like
shit.
I said, my memory is just going out the window at this point. So.
Speak on John Barreto.
John Barreto, love the guy. We'll always speak on John Barreto.
I want to make love to him. Wait, what?
Yeah. What do you think of? Like, what was the first word in your head when you think of John?
Salt of the earth guy, which is more than one word. But he's just a good dude. Like
he really is.
He's super just kind of exuberant in how he speaks. He's just very friendly, always open to talk about anything you want to talk about.
Genuine.
Industry stuff, super genuine, super full of knowledge, always interested in like, I saw him probably 2 weeks ago. We grabbed lunch and he, we're talking about, vintage industry, Disney, just everything, the family. I mean, he's just a real good guy.
Yeah.
Always have good combos with that guy.
Shout out to John, man.
Shout out to John. Yeah. He also is the type who will help you at all costs if you are willing to help yourself.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's not afraid to help, right?
Yeah.
If you really needed it, you wouldn't have to ask.
Yes.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Shout out to John.
Shout out to John.
He's just okay at Bomberman. So,
what comes to mind when you think of Mike from Sabs?
Oh, love Mike from Sabs.
Shout out to Mike.
Yeah, shout out to Mike. I still like that jacket.
I think the first time we did anything was, I think 2015. So I think it's been about 8 years. But we, ever since I met him and just started working with him, he's just another super good dude.
Yeah.
All about what he does. Been in the game for a super long time. He's responsible, if people don't know, for like, he's behind a lot of his brands that are really popping right now.
Favorite brand.
Yeah, and he's like low key. Like you wouldn't really know unless you kind of know, but He's just been doing it. We do a lot of collaboration. We probably in recent years we've done more collaborations with Savs than any other brand. He's just a solid dude.
Yeah.
Like I wish I had known him earlier, even back in the Karmaloop days and stuff. Because
you think you're better in basketball than him?
Absolutely. I mean, that guy plays a lot of golf and a lot of basketball, so I wouldn't even try to.
Yeah.
But I think I got him in tennis probably. So that's my jam. Yeah.
How long you known Mikey from Savs, Jan? What year?
Really long time. I think met him during Sucker Free days.
Damn.
Shout out to Mike from Savs, man. Most memorable Adapt inspired tattoo.
Ooh, yeah.
It's crazy when you see your art on people, right?
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I know that's like a commitment. I mean, obviously you could go over it or get rid of it or something, but that's you're dedicated to whatever you're putting on there. So I every time I see a tattoo, I super am appreciative of that. I think my favorite though are probably the actual Adapt logo ones because that's the real like affiliation with the brand. I mean, obviously, if you have 93 Till, if you have a Gold Blooded, that's still like very much a part of the brand, but it's
also dedicated.
It's
to,
also
like,
dedicated to whether it be the Niners or whatever. So it's like, but yeah, I think the logo ones probably hit me the hardest. I'd say
those always feel good.
Tight. You ever see a misspelled one? Adept. It was great.
I mean, that's also a word though, so maybe that's what they meant to say. Who knows?
Damn it. .edu. Damn it. Can't get this word. Besides t-shirts, what's your favorite medium?
Ooh,
And
like
I want to say t-shirts and like hoodies, like all that, like top, whatever. But
mediums for graphic design.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lanyards.
Oh, you mean of like accessories and stuff? I would
everything.
I would
Anything,
say. Oh, I love backpacks. I'm obsessed with I have like probably 30 backpacks.
30 backpacks.
Because I appreciate like all the detail, all the zippers, the color panels, like just everything. So I think backpacks and bags are a really cool canvas to show off. Not only, I mean, you can print graphics on bags as well, but it's just like, it's the paneling, it's the colorways, it's the materials, like
putting it all together.
The ripstop, which I love.
Yep.
So it's all of that, and the strap. I mean, for some reason, I just really like backpacks. Yeah.
Adapt totes coming out soon. Like leather totes.
Leather
totes.
Yeah. And we've done some backpacks, but not as extensively as I probably should have. But yeah.
Besides your logo and Gold Blooded, what would be like your favorite like design that you made?
Ooh.
Those two, like
not my logo and not Gold Blooded.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one I've thought about. I think it's Dot Matrix. So it's the one that has... It's like
the Mickey.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the 10 dots and it's Mickey. And young or old, everybody knows the reference almost immediately.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, right, it's literally 10 dots, 10 colored dots.
Yeah.
How many things in life can you have 10 colored dots and you know what it is? And it's...
Right away,
Right?
yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like and that speaks to the iconic nature of Mickey, clearly, right? But it's just, I just thought it was a cool, it was the most, it was saying the most with the least, and that was what I always kind of strive to do that in general with it.
It's like kind of like pulling out the most out of people with the least.
Right. So that one I think I'm the most proud of. Besides,
Your grandfather recognized it, right?
yeah, my opa, on my dad's side, he knew it, and then like, I forgot what kid, but it was like a 5 or 6 year old. Like, they're like, oh yeah, that's Mickey Mouse. So that was it was amazing to see.
There's some information on your grandfather in the book that is incredibly nuts.
Yeah,
I just beg everyone to pick up the book and read it. Yeah, it was. He seemed like a stand-up guy. Granted, your pops' kind of like perception of it, but he gave some very clear and just descriptive exampple.
Yeah, so I actually have 3 grandparents, but that I would consider to be my grandparents, and each 3 grandfathers, and each has their own unique background and their merit. So it's nice to come from a diverse kind of range of people. And
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. Let me see here. What collab came first, Kaepernick or E40?
ooh. That was not intentional.
Mine was.
Mine was as well.
They were close. It was
Yeah.
like within a year or two, and it's in the book, so I should know.
As far as released, like,
I'm pretty sure it was E40 first, I think.
do you know what year?
It would have been 2011, 2012, probably.
And what about Cap?
Cap would have been 2013, because I think it would have either been end of 2012 or 2013, because that's when he started. Because we dropped our first collab with him literally, I think, a couple months after he started.
Yeah.
After he was starting.
Yeah.
So
That was after
I think
Alex was
I think it was actually 2012.
Alex Smith got injured. Yeah.
Shout out to Orly. Were you before Kukui? You were one of the first ones to collab with them.
I think we were before Kukui. I know, but the cool thing about Orly is he actually tatted
him. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
and the collab, so that's like a double whammy. That's,
Yeah, but have you seen
pretty cool.
Kaepernick's foot tattoo that says adapt?
I've not seen that one.
I haven't either. It doesn't
I don't know how
exist,
that, I don't know
yeah.
how that slipped by me.
40 was 2012 as far as release, and then Cap was 2013. As far
Okay,
as, like,
okay, so I'm
date
pretty
of
on target.
release. Yeah,
Okay.
Pretty good.
that's okay.
I got one after you.
Okay, this is a three-parter,
Okay.
right? It's all about collaboration. Favorite collaboration, important collaboration, and the most slept on collaboration.
Ooh, that's really good. Okay, so most important off the
Do
bat
this shit, son.
was True. True SF, Mike Brown,
That was that
architect.
was your favorite or important?
most important.
Most
because
important. And you did like a handful of them right? You did a handful of collabs with them.
Oh yeah, we've done. I think I asked him once. I said, "Have we done the most collabs with you?" And then he said he thinks so. So I think at that time, I think we've done at least 7 or 8. But
Oh, wow.
But True. Ever since I was probably 11, 12 years old, going
Mike.
in True.
Is a staple
From
of-
Fairfield, go to church in Chinatown, then take the trek out to True. On Hate.
Yes.
Don't get like this story never gets old to me.
It's just
Because
that-
True is home. It's home, right? It's so home.
It's streetwear, it's graphic tees, it's all that. You know as well as I do. I mean, it was a huge thing for you, I'm sure, when you guys got in there as well. So I'd always kind of had it in my mind, I will know that I've made it, or at least I'm doing what I think I should be doing if I can get my stuff carried in True.
Right.
And there was this dude, Hero, he's the buyer, and I always was like so intimidated by I'd go in the store, I kind of knew he was the buyer, and I was like
Gatekeeper.
afraid to talk to him or anything, and like, so I would submit the line sheets, and eventually they picked up
Woopreme.
the Woopreme, yep, and that was a big one for us, and then we got other stuff in there, but it was just a huge iconic moment for where I felt like I was going with the brand.
And then what was your favorite?
Oh yeah, sorry. And then favorite.
Hold on, just real quick. Your first True collab, was it the Native League?
No, it was called Bird Gang, and it was the True logo with all the pigeons were all over it.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
And we did it in like a
love
3M
those
version.
stuff.
Yeah, we
We
did.
were supposed. Yes, I loved it that True did that. I really appreciated that part of it, like giving us a piece of home. Like, you know what I mean?
I super
Yeah.
appreciated that too, because I mean
so
their
good.
logo. I just love the logo.
It's so good.
Probably my favorite recently. Maybe it's a tie. I think with Kukui. So both were for the Gold Blooded 10-year anniversary, which was a couple years ago, and
No flex.
so another True thing was Josh from True, who is our main designer. He did a
Joshy
gold-blooded
Uno.
script. Yeah, he did a script that was just super dope. I love that script, and it did really well. And then with Kukui, they did a kind of a Gundam themed, just a super dope like Gundam themed drawing. And these are both things that I couldn't do, so I have appreciation for like just different skill sets,
Yeah.
So, and then most slept on. I don't know about that one.
Because people don't sleep.
Slept on.
Don't sleep on them.
I mean,
Can I throw an honorable mention?
yeah.
Fully laced. You guys did the Olympics, and then it was like you guys had like every like.
That's a good one because we did all these different teams. So like we
Yeah.
did the country code is like the 3 letters or whatever for each team.
You had a beanie,
And only
you had a
some of
shirt.
them did well. A lot of them didn't do well because it was just countries that people didn't. So those went in the sale bins and stuff. But that was a really fun one. We actually got hit up by the
really
for that one. Yeah,
oh, those are fun too.
I love cease and desist. They're super fun.
Cease and desist. Sorry,
we're giving them away. Sorry, we didn't make any profit.
So do you? Is that the one you're gonna choose?
Oh, for Subtlon? I mean, they usually sell, so I don't know, like.
But it's like it's
in terms of
it just
they just didn't get the appreciation I felt like it.
Yeah. Like it's not the most like Instagram picture, but it's a very important. Like it's like you see it in the sales. Like it's moving.
This would be good to have that timeline where I can actually see the collabs we've done. But I think, boy,
hold on, I got a book right.
I don't know. I mean, I think that what was just so we did this one with a company called Kinda Fit, Kinda Fat. They're based in SoCal.
Okay.
And they did this super dope, like gold-blooded there was a donut in place of the O.
That was a cool one.
And it was just really well drawn. They have a really talented artist that they worked with. And I felt like people bought it, but like it was one of my favorite drawings. And I don't know. I mean, I guess like it actually was popular. So I don't really know if it was slept on, but maybe people should have loved it more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like we sold out of them, so yeah.
Dope. Advice for any inspiring entrepreneurs looking to jump into industry. What is like a piece of advice that you could give them?
Ooh.
I mean, I think you should get into it if you're passionate about it. I guess if your goal is just to like make money, like that's a different hustle. But I kind of, tend to think that it's going to last longer if you truly love what you're doing, like just being all about it, because it's like keeping up a podcast, right? You guys love what you do here, or else you would not be able to be on episode 186 that you're doing every single week, right?
Gang.
And that's like it's like doing a podcast. It's like having a blog. You're not going to keep it up unless you love what you're doing.
True.
So
Absolutely
I think that in terms of longevity, in terms of having something that people actually care about, like you have to just love it. And maybe you don't know exactly what it is yet that you love. Like I know a lot of people that are just like, they're just trying to figure out what they even like doing.
What their passion is, yeah.
Yeah, and it's take your time, but when you find it and you truly love it, like just
give it your all.
Go hard, Yeah.
Yeah.
Patience and adapt.
So you have a successful brand. You have two separate entities of a successful brand. You released a book, basically outlining your entire journey.
You're an author, dog.
What's
kind of crazy.
next? I have an idea of what's next, and I wanted to confirm that with you.
Okay, yeah. So I love writing. So I want to write
children's books,
more books, children's books.
Yeah.
That brand Alphanumeric that was really inspirational to me. That's I still in the pipeline of what I want to put out as long as they're cool with it and everything. Which I've had discussions about it and stuff. So hopefully that will come to fruition. That's a real passion project of mine.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you about.
That's like buying an old school, huh? That's what it is.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of my customer base would be interested in that, but I just something that I think would be incredibly
like ripstop hoodies.
Interesting. And I mean, they use a lot of ripstop, so it's it's something that is definitely a passion project for me. I think their story needs to be told. I don't think Alphanumeric gets enough credit for being one of the pioneers like in this industry. So that's a big one for me.
Just as much as you feel that Alphanumeric story needs to be told, thank you for joining us so we can outline your story and writing this book so everybody else knows your story and it can be told as well.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity just to talk to you guys and
finding love maybe.
I mean, who knows?
It's always fun. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy because like I remember the pop-ups and then I talk about this every time I see you. But I did a high school dance, and then you in Westlake, and then
school days.
You vended, yeah.
Okay, so I just went there with Gia, actually, who was on the podcast last time.
Oh yeah.
We were over there because I guess her family has a house over there, and I saw that building. It was like in the rec center or whatever, and it just all those memories came flooding back. I hadn't been there since we did that.
Yeah.
And we took a picture. Like I was standing in that same, like where my table was, and like there was this dude who was there who was like managing it, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been here for 20 years, so you probably talked to me when you came here," and it was pretty crazy. But
Yeah.
I mean the vending days were a whole different animal. There's a whole different level of like hunger, trying to make it, trying to strive. Those were such fun days, and just all the brands that were just kind of pushing at the time. Some are no longer here, some are still here. Like it's just. That was an amazing part of the story, I think, for sure.
For sure.
And you had to be outside. Like, this is, like, the real part of, like, his journey was, it wasn't just, I love this, and I'm going to just do a bunch of drawings and keep it to myself. No, he did art. He got out there. He did some, like, I can't recall how many times you walk away and not make money because it just wasn't the crowd for it.
Yeah, that is
right.
That's such a good point you bring up, because now it's like you can just do everything online, be behind the computer, be on Instagram. Back then it was like you had to actually pitch yourself.
You had to have a mouthpiece.
You have to sign up.
Yes.
You usually pay, right, to vend. You're dragging all your stuff in your van or whatever. And like, you might sell 3 shirts and
no dolly.
I mean, there's dolly.
You gotta bring your own table.
Yeah, it's like, if you have a small car, it's tricky. And like,
or like you forget something to set up the banner, and then now you're struggling trying to find.
You gotta bring the tape. You gotta bring the zip
Oh.
ties. You gotta bring everything. And it's like, that was just. Yeah, you really had to put yourself out there, like you said, and really hustle and sell yourself.
You forgot your square in your car, and you have someone to watch all your stuff.
Oh my god!
So
you have the internet and everything, dude.
So now you gotta type it in manually.
You have to
bring
Google what I
box.
said, guys.
Yeah,
Google what I said, guys. Oh my god, it was the whole like love of it, because like you see it now. It's you have loyal customers, right? You can say you cultivated a family. You know what I mean, with your brand, because when you're outside and you're selling it like one piece by piece, you see who's buying your stuff, and it's a bigger connection than just a sale on the internet. Like, sorry, like I understand that's what the evolution of it was, but I loved going to DXCs.
You're 100% right. Yeah,
dude, I loved meeting people. I loved introducing the brand. I loved, like, shout out to the F word, man. Like, it was such a fun time, and just trying to pitch yourself and getting to meet like the other vendors who came up from LA or from like Arizona. And it became a small community before it became like a too cool community.
Yeah, you see every single person that buys your clothes.
Yeah.
Like, you look at them, you talk to them, just like having a retail store, but like
having them come back to the booth with a shirt on, like, yeah,
and it's
get
like
another one.
and you gotta like convince them to come to you, because they're not there necessarily for your booth. They're there for Dunk Exchange or whatever the event is. Whereas if they come to your store, at least they're going into your store. But there, it's like you're really pitching, like, this is my product.
Yeah.
You try to wheel and deal. Hey, can I get 3 shirts for $25, whatever the thing is? So.
And you always say, I don't know. All right, that's fine.
You wait till the end and you give me discounts and you're trying to get rid of stuff.
Dude, we just sold 3 shirts for $25.
We made our table now, so everything is all profit from here on out.
Exactly. You want this for $5? That's fine. It's a small anyways.
That was an important piece of this puzzle. It wasn't like you were around prior Facebook as far as like a brand.
Yes. Facebook was, so Facebook came out when I was in college, I think, but it was only because you had to have a .edu address.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't it wasn't a marketing platform at that point. I think probably a couple years after that you could.
So it was MySpace. Yeah, the MySpace page.
Yeah, so that was the first social media that we promoted anything on. Yeah.
What was the last song on your MySpace page?
I couldn't, because how you had to like kind of code or something to get the songs. I don't think I had any of that because I didn't know how to do any of that.
I would ask people.
And then he worked for Apple.
And then they would just
for iTunes specifically too, which is pretty sad. I didn't know how to do any of that stuff.
They would just message me like codes, like, all right, here, do this, and I was like, cool.
Copy and paste. Got it.
I do wish like they could have cached like those pages. I would have just been curious, like, what was I posting?
Yeah,
like, who was posting on my
sure,
wall?
dude.
Crazy
I forgot
stuff.
who my top 8 are.
Crazy stuff was posted on there, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm very thankful always for your time and for sharing energy and just the history lesson, because this is like I feel like you are like one of the biggest stories that come out of the Bay, because like everything that you went through, like your voyage is everything. Because we seen it early. I remember going to seeing you at Ceremony on a Black Friday at the store. And you just got done loading everything. I think you guys opened on a Black Friday, like
we did open on Black Friday. Yeah,
because I remember I was talking to Don across the way, and I stopped by, and you were never too big to say what's up. You were never too big to share time, especially if we're in the store, and it's always been positive energy, and like it's just not now that as we're older, like then we started connecting and figuring out how to get things working, but I really appreciate it be a witness to the show, man. It's dope. I love what you're doing, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
thanks for letting me be a part of this.
Come on, man.
Jan, you got any questions or closing words?
Shan.
I was trying to think of something the whole time, and I feel like this is my Chris Farley moment, and I'm just like, wow, Evan's so cool, and he's right there, right across the table. I think the only thing I have to say is much respect, and I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart lately.
Okay. And wait, Super Nintendo, N64, newer
Switch.
Oh, Switch. Okay. See, that's just too advanced for me.
So then I'm gonna put it to like designer to designer. Okay. Now I feel like I'm in 12th place or something like that, like way in the back. And I'm looking at you in first place, and I'm just like, wow, Evan's all the way up there, and I'm just like, wow, he's like doing all these cool things. And
no, but that just means you're about to hit him with the blue spiked shell, dog.
No, the red shell. That's the seat.
No, the blue spiked shell is when you get it in the lower place, and then goes straight to the first.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So then I'm thinking about that feeling, and I'm kind of like dissecting it like within me, and I'm okay with that. You know, I'm loving that feeling of just seeing somebody, you know, do what you do and like everything that you did, and I'm just like watching you from afar. And
but what is your version? What is your version of that? Is it production? Is it like, what is that for you? Like in terms of,
you guys are two different kind of artists, though.
Right. But I mean, like in terms of like your clever designs, just like being a designer, I think that's what I'm looking at it under that microscope. So I'm just very happy that. And proud of like.
No, I appreciate that.
That you are here. So
yeah.
Well, Chad, just to talk about that, if you were to just turn the track around, technically you'd be in first place, and Evan would be in 12th place.
That's 100% correct.
Give me a ding. Thank you.
Yeah,
Jan's dope. He doesn't give himself enough credit.
Jan is extremely talented.
Hey man, he's the one that's making this whole thing happen, getting it out there into cyberspace, as they say.
Come on, man.
Come on, Jan. Thank you. And that's really all I have to say, man. We're gonna FaceTime this chick, and god damn, thank you for really like going with the craziness.
Yeah, that was fun.
Wait,
that was a little crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna FaceTime right after we close up this episode.
Can I say that is also amazing that you figured out who's drawing that?
Yeah, that was pretty fucking cool.
Well, there's nothing to go off of, so I have to apply some sort of logical.
And it's in black and white too.
That's you made it extra tricky. Extra tricky.
That was like a fax machine, like a facsimile of a photo. Old.
Facsimile.
Yeah, facsimile. Like I said, watch to be a witness to this and just seeing everything and seeing the book come out and.
Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, and it was leukemia, right?
That's the one.
And talk a little bit about 30 days.
Yeah, 30 days. It was 30 days in the hospital. A lot of it was a blur. A lot of it, literally laying 24/7. Like you just think about everything, right? You think about your friends, your family. Like, what is it that I think is important in this world? What are my aspirations? What are my dreams? Like, what will happen if I'm not here anymore? Like, I think about like all my passwords. Like, what am I going to tell I got to give my family, passwords and stuff. So you just think of everything, but
mine did not turn off at all. It almost killed you more, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's you literally think about every nook and cranny of life, So I think but coming out of it, it was very, it gave just really good perspective, like what are the important things? What am I going to focus on coming out of this? And I think at the end of the day, it was positive in the sense that it put me in a good frame of mind to continue on in my life.
And what was the last thing? Like, what was the thing that kept you holding on this whole time?
I mean, when I was there, it was absolutely, friends and family. It was there was really not a day that went by that it wasn't either my parents or, my friends, my brother, like whoever it may be that came by, like bringing food, bringing cards, like calling, texting, whatever, that type of stuff, is super important when you can't do anything. And I did see people that were also on the floor that I felt like people weren't visiting them, and then I think, well, how must they be feeling? So it's a lot of it is, comes down to like even my doctor said, it comes down to attitude, it comes down to having a positive outlook, and those kinds of social interactions really help with all of that. So it's very important to feel like you're being uplifted by other people and supported by people.
Pharrell said, the attitude is gratitude, or gratitude's the attitude.
And
one of the two.
FREE99 is very, very thankful for your time, and let's do this again.
Appreciate you, brother.
Love.
Appreciate you.
Episode
Appreciate you.
186.
Let's go.
FREE99 podcast. Shout out to
The
Cheesesteak
Cheesesteak Shop.
Pacifica, Rommel. We'll give you the address later, but love y'all. Thank you.
Bye.